Hello everyone, this is Norlen Oligosarma. I just wanted to share with you about my consultation today, one of my consultations actually. And this person created a fictitious experience and also fictitious educational background in order for him to be able to get his application for work permit and be approved because he was always refused and everything. This one was a temporary resident permit. Now, he's so much worried, so much burdened because of that previous application that he did. I just want to let you know that in terms of the assessment, in terms of the immigration, yes, it is true that you should not create those things. You should not create fictitious application or anything because it's a misrepresentation. But, okay, remember this. I handled many of those people who did their creation of fictitious family member, fictitious experience, and also educational background. When I handle those situations, once they get an application or reapplication for any kind of application, either temporary resident permit to extend your status or either permanent residency, what you can do is that because you cannot, okay, you cannot misrepresent the immigration, you cannot change what you have mentioned there before, and you don't even need to mention about what you've done previously for the temporary resident application permit. I can suggest for you to do, which I already did many times with this situation, I I correct the application or reapplication to the right way. So for example, if I am just a high school graduate, on my application for permanent residency, I can only put high school graduate. Well, that is so safe to do because even if they ask for an assessment or during the investigation and you have nothing to actually come up with supporting documents for that application for permanent residency about your educational background, then that will gonna be for you to be misrepresented. So be careful about that. But if you don't need your educational background, if you don't need your experience, why do you need to do that? I suggest if in case that happens, if you did that and you need to actually get the assessment for PR, remember that whatever you have experienced inside Canada, that is how they will gonna be assessing for permanent residency, especially on the economic class side. Now, if they need your educational background and you don't have anything to actually to show as a proof for you that you were educated for that certain level of education, what I can suggest is to change your um, immigration program so that you don't need to touch whatever you've done there and you correct whatever you are about to apply. So either you find a person to marry you, or either something else that doesn't need an educational background, that doesn't need the experience that you've declared from overseas when you apply here. But remember this, when you're applying for economic class, they don't need your they don't need your experience overseas. What they need is your experience inside Canada because that's how they will be assessing your requirement and your qualification for permanent residency under the economic class. So remember this. Do not misrepresent yourself. If you did that, please come clean when you apply for a reapplication or for a permanent residence application. Make sure that you do the right way so that they're not gonna come back to you as misrepresented. So I know there's a lot of people out there who actually did this situation and who's so worried. That is the reason why I am making this content. I know this consultation I have, he was crying actually. His pain and his heaviness and burden inside of his heart because he's so worried that he will gonna be actually be sent home because of what he did on his application. But don't go home just yet. You still have a fight. And again, I always say to everyone, you came here in Canada for a reason. It's not an accident. Fight for it. Be strong. But at the same time, you need to understand that life here in Canada is more about giving and taking. It's not only taking. So you need to understand that. Otherwise, it will gonna be difficult for you to improve your life or to be successful in Canada. If you don't know how to be flexible, if you don't know how to give, and if you only want to take, wala po kayong kalalagyan sa Canada. So it's better you learn how to share, you learn how to give, and you learn how to be flexible when you are in Canada and starting your life as a new immigrant or newcomer here in Canada. Okay, so I hope you can share this information. You can like and follow my social media account. I just want to end up this one to be grateful to everyone who's following me, who's liking my TikTok account, who's giving me those roses and gifts from my TikTok. It's overwhelming. There's a lot of people who are giving me. Now I have almost 13,000 followers. Thank you so much. And of course, since you're following me, might as well follow me on my YouTube account and also in my Facebook account. I think it's every information there is written on my social media account. So thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate your help. At the same time, I appreciate your trust and I appreciate your understanding that I am an immigration consultant. This is my full-time job, and thank you for the respect of seeking consultation from me. Respectfully, I'm giving back to you whatever that is non-sugar coated advice about immigration law, and it is really a specific information, a specific advice to you for in regards to your situation here in Canada. So take care, everyone. I know there are a lot of people out there who are really desperate and at the same time losing their hope in getting their permanent residency. Just to let you know, nowadays 2024, it is really, really difficult to get that permanent residency. But hey, I don't really say it's difficult. It's easy as long as you are dealing with the expert. Take care, everyone.